Hello, my amazing artists. Are you ready to create? Here we go. Let's do our motto first. Repeat after me. Good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. Okay, boys and girls, we are going to finish our Chris Uphues hearts, our silly face hearts. So I went ahead and finished outlining all of mine. You can see I kind of messed up on the eyes right here. Oh well, I finished outlining mine with a permanent marker, and that's very important that you do that. Make sure Miss Bridges checks that you've covered all of your pencil line with your permanent marker, okay? We're gonna do that first. You can pause right here. Okay, when everything is traced with that permanent marker, then we're going to use markers today, and we're actually going to paint with them. So you will need water, a paintbrush, and markers. Did you know you could paint with markers? So these markers are called washable markers because when you get them wet, they wash off. So if we get them wet when they're on paper, we can spread the color around. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 different colors, one for each heart, and we're going to open our markers, and all you're going to do, you're not going to color the whole heart. You're just going to color around the outside of the heart, and you're going to make kind of a thick line. Now if you make a line like this, it's not going to work. You want it to be kind of thick, so use that side of your marker, or you can kind of color the line like that if you need to. And you want to make your line go all the way around the outside of the heart. That's really all you're going to do on each heart. Now if you use the light colors like yellow, orange, this green, this peach color, and gray, those aren't going to show up very well. So you can use those colors, they're just not going to show up as well as these dark colors do. So I'm going to pick some dark colors, and I'm going to do that same thing with all 3 of my hearts. Okay, and I'm gonna do one more, a big one. I gotta make sure this big one has a nice thick line because I want to have enough marker in there to be able to paint the whole heart with it. Okay, when you're finished outlining all 3 of your hearts, then you're going to get your paintbrush wet, and you're just going to spread that color. You're going to get your paintbrush just wet with water. You're going to put it on top of that marker, and you can see that marker bleeding. You're going to spread that color, and you're going to use that marker to paint the rest of your heart. That color will bleed, and it's really going to be light. It's not a dark bleed, but it's pretty cool. And you're going to spread it around the heart to paint it. Now you're going to have to get the marker kind of wet. Sometimes you have to let it get wet for a second before you can get enough color on your brush. Some colors work better than others. You don't want to get it on the eyes or the teeth because they're supposed to be white. The green doesn't work that great, but it's okay. You'll see on the red, those orange works really good too. And keep spreading it. My paper is going to be pretty wet, but that's okay. I have a thick piece of paper just for that reason right there. And you can see how it kind of spread to the middle of the heart. We're going to do the same thing with these other colors. Purple's where, look at how good purple works. You have to get them wet. Really get that color wet. You kind of got to work it with your paintbrush so to get some color out of it. Oh, that one's good. And you're gonna do that with all 3 of your hearts. Like that. You're like, isn't that cool? I know it's not super dark, but it's pretty fun. It's a neat way to paint that we've never done before. more wet I get it, the more color it'll give me to move around. See? That pink works really good. Orange works really good. I think red, I feel like red works really good, and blue works pretty good. Look at how pretty that is. I'm getting it really wet, and I'm spreading it around. All right. Then when you get done painting your hearts, if you have time, you can get your watercolors out and you can paint around your hearts, and you can do those however you want to. I thought it was fun last year. We did dots. So we picked a color and we just did dots because it was quick, but it still made it look really cute. And then another color. I like to use yellow and orange first before my water gets all yucky, if you're gonna use them. Spread those dots around in all the white spaces. And you can keep doing dots, just don't do them on top of each other. All I'm doing is dabbing my paintbrush down. I'm not painting circles. And you can do them until you're out of time. And when you get finished, remember to clean your brush really good. And you're gonna put it back in the middle of your table, tippy toes up. And there is your Chris Uphues hearts. I hope you enjoyed that.